Good day, learning buddies. I am Mahumot, your instructor for today's discussion. And now I am going to discuss the topic entitled Custard, Cream, and Frozen Desserts. But before we start our discussion, let us have an activity. So for this activity, I want you to find each corresponding letters with the number letter table to create a word and write the corresponding word in the YouTube comment section. And this will serve as your attendance for today's discussion. And now we will move on to the pinpoint of our discussion. So here are the objectives for today's discussion. So at the end of the lesson, the students will identify the difference between custard, cream, and frozen desserts. Second, determine the types of custard, cream, and frozen desserts. Lastly, value the importance of knowing the custard, cream, and frozen dessert. And here are the content of this topic. First is custard, second is cream, lastly is the frozen desserts. First is custard. Custard is culinary preparation made by blending eggs with milk or cream. So custard is thickened by the coagulation of egg proteins. So in addition, custard contains all nutrients found in milk such as calcium and protein and can be eaten hot or cold on its own or as a part of this. So there are several types of custard. First is the stirred custard. Stirred custard, also known as soft custard, custard sauce, or erroneously boiled custard, are stirred while being cooked over low heat or in a double boiler to smooth, creamy, and thicken fluid consistency. So stirred custards are cooked on the stove top, and luckily, no special equipment is needed to make a stirred custard. Next one is the baked custards. They are not stirred during the baking process, thus giving a more solid texture. The use of water bath help sensitive eggs custard to bake low and slow in the oven, protecting the delicate egg proteins. So baked custards are cooked in a water bath in the oven. Next one is a simple baked custard. Simple baked custard are the lightest of all the custard dessert. They have a lower ratio of eggs to liquid, typically milk, and as a result will gel with a little structure and cannot be unmolded before serving. Next is custard pies. It is when the filling, uncooked custard, is poured into pie shell and both are baked together. Versus a cream pie, where the filling is made from the cooked custard or moss spread in a cold, pre-baked pie shell. So what are custard pies made of? The filling is simply a combination of eggs, milk, sugar, nutmeg, cinnamon, vanilla, and salt. So that's it. Next is the refrigerated custards, generally based on milk, solids, and starch. There are three main varieties of refrigerated custard. First is premium, second is regular, and lastly the low fat. Rich and creamy, premium custard has a content of approximately 6%, regular custard is 1 to 3% fat, and low fat custard has a content of fat 0 to 1%. So how do we refrigerate custard? Before refrigerating, just cook or bake custard. Let it cool about 5 to 10 minutes and then cover it with plastic wrap. Make sure that it touches the surface of custard to prevent the milk proteins from forming a thin crust on top when refrigerated. Last one is the powdered custard. Powdered custard is made from maize and wet starches, sugar, salt, flavors, and colors. Powdered custard is combined with sugar and milk, then stirred over heat until thickened. Powdered custard thickens as the starch particles expand when moistened and heated. What custard powder is used for? So, it is used to powder sauces over pudding, cakes, and other desserts. So now we will move on to the next topic, which is cream. Cream is a thick, white, or pale yellow fatty liquid which rises to the top when milk is left to stand and which can be eaten as an accompaniment to desserts or used as a cooking ingredient. So, in short, cream is a dairy product composed of higher fat layer skimmed from the top of the milk before the homogenization. So, there are several types of cream. First is the clotted cream. So, at least 55% of milk fat. So, this British staple is rich and slightly sweet. It's created by heating cream in a shallow pan for hours, causing the creaminess of cream to rise to surface and clot. Next one is heavy cream. So, heavy cream is more than 36% milk fat. It is also known as heavy whipping cream. This thick stuff contains no less than 36% milk fat, and it is perfect for making homemade whipped cream because it warms stiff peaks when whipped. So, milk fat collects on the top of the fresh milk if it hasn't been homogenized. Next one is the whipping cream. Whipping cream is 30% to 36% milk fat. So this makes fruit prettier and desserts tastier. It is that floaty puffy stuff that can be sprayed from a can, spoon, from a bowl, or made at home. So in short, this is a lighter version of double cream with at least 35 to 36% fat and whips beautifully without being quite so rich. The next one is the light cream. Light cream is 18% to 38% milk fat. So it is also known as table cream and thus just as well in savory dishes as sweet ones. So light cream, sometimes called as coffee cream or table cream, is higher in fat than half and half. So light cream usually around 20% milk fat. And in addition, it is used mostly in coffee, and it is wonderful for sauces, soap, and for drizzling over desserts like fresh fruit and pound cake. Next one is sour cream. Sour cream is at least 18% of milk fat. It is vaguely tart flavor comes from the fermentation process. It has cool, slightly gelatinous viscosity. So it is made by mixing cream with a lactic acid culture. The bacteria thickens and sour it. It may also contain stabilizer like gelatin or renin, which aid in the thickening. Next one is half and half. Half and half is contained with 10.5% to 18% milk fat. So half whole milk, half light cream is popular for coffee companion. It is because of its relative lower fat content and cannot be whipped. Lastly, the ice cream. Ice cream is more than 10% milk fat, and it is defined as cold, sweet, thick, and creamy. So now we will go on to the last topic, which is the frozen dessert. Frozen dessert, it is a dessert made by freezing liquids, semi-solids, and sometimes even solids. So in short, it covers all kinds of desserts that are meant to be eaten in a frozen condition. So there are several types of frozen dessert. First is the ice cream. So it is a sweetened frozen food typically eaten as a snack or dessert. So it is usually made from dairy products such as milk and cream and often combined with fruits or other ingredients and flavor. It is typically sweetened with sugar or sugar substitute. The next one is the gelato. Gelato is a frozen treat that hails from Italy. So the word gelato actually means ice cream in Italian. So it is a frozen dessert popular in Italy. So it is generally a mixture of custard cream and milk without the use of eggs. Next one is the sherbet. Sherbet is a frozen fruit and dairy product that contains anywhere from 1% to 2% milk fat from milk or cream. So in short, it is a frozen dessert made up primarily of fruit juice and sugar, but it also contains with milk or egg white or gelatin. One is the sorbet. So on the other hand, sorbet usually implies a fruit-based frozen dessert with little to no dairy, although the use of the term sorbet is unregulated. In short, it is usually fruit flavored ice cream serves as a dessert or between courses as a palate refreshers. Next is the frozen yogurt. So frozen yogurt is made without any ice cream. Instead, bacteria cultures are added to an ice cream based on emulsify the dairy solution. It tends to yield a soft mouth feel, and added bacterial culture is what gives a frozen yogurt its probiotic element. So in short, it is an ice cream like texture with yogurt flavor. It's generally prepared by mixing plain yogurt to an ice cream mix. Next is the granita. So granita is a semi-frozen dessert made from sugar, water, and various flavorings, originally from Sicily. It is available throughout Italy in varying form. Next one is the marquez. Marquez is a rich chocolate dessert made with dark chocolate, butter, sugar, cocoa powder, eggs, and cream. So in short, it is a chilled chocolate dessert like a very smooth, rich mousse in consistency. Its ingredients apart from chocolate, butter, eggs, and sugar. Last one is coffee. Coffee has similarities to ice cream in appearance and taste. However, it is denser and creamier. It comes in various flavors. The more traditional ones are made by adding cream, rose, mango, cardamom, saffron, and pistachio. So, in addition, it is an Indian dessert made by freezing milk, which has been concentrated by boiling away some water and in it and flavored with nuts and cardamom seeds. Before we end this discussion, let us have a quick review. So custard is a culinary preparation made by blending eggs with milk or cream. Then cream is a thick white pale yellow fatty liquid which rises to the top when milk is left to stand. Lastly is the frozen dessert. It is dessert made by freezing liquids, semi-liquids, and sometimes even solids. And this will be the end of our discussion. Thank you.